Motorcyclists are 28 times more likely to die in an accident than car drivers. But here's the thing, about 80% of those crashes could have been avoided just by not doing a few stupid little things that we all do without even realizing it. And today, I'm going to walk you through the 12 things you should never do on a motorcycle, because one of them nearly sent my buddy Ryan to the hospital last summer. I'll tell you exactly what happened in point number 7. But before we jump in, let me ask you, how many of these mistakes are you guilty of? Because I'll be honest, I've done at least 9 out of 12 at some point. Luckily, I'm still here to talk about them. Hey everyone, Matthew here from Autozium, where we ride smarter, not scared. And today, we're talking about the habits that separate riders who make it home every day from the ones who don't. Number 1, riding like you're still driving a car. This is probably the biggest rookie mistake in the book, treating a motorcycle like it's just a smaller, more exposed car. But it's not even close. In a car, you've got crumple zones, airbags, and 4 fat tires keeping you planted. You can sip coffee, adjust the AC, maybe even check the GPS mid-turn, and the car forgives you. A motorcycle doesn't forgive anything. You are the crumple zone. You are the balance system. You are the traction control. When you're on 2 wheels, every tiny input matters. How you lean, how you breathe, how smooth your wrist rolls on the throttle, it all changes how that bike behaves. Treat it like a car, and you'll find yourself fighting it instead of flowing with it. And here's the kicker, your brain's used to the car logic. Corners feel different because a car stays upright while you countersteer and lean. Braking feels different because weight transfer is instant and amplified. There's no lazy mode on a bike, no coasting through traffic half asleep. So when you ride, switch mental gears. Think like a pilot, not a passenger. Look through turns, anticipate movement, and keep your body connected to the bike. You're not just steering. No, you're balancing a machine through physics and feel. Once you stop driving and start riding, everything clicks. Corners flow. The road starts to make sense. You feel every input, every vibration, every decision, because you're part of the system now. That's the difference between a driver who rides and a rider who lives it. Number 2, ignoring tire pressure. Nobody wakes up excited to check tire pressure, but if you skip it, you're playing roulette with your own traction. Those 2 tiny rubber patches under you, they're the only things connecting your life to the asphalt. When your tires are underinflated, your bike starts feeling squishy, corners get vague, braking takes longer, and if it's really low, you risk a blowout or a slide you'll never see coming. Overinflated, you lose grip because the contact patch shrinks. Either way, bad pressure equals bad control, and in motorcycling, control is everything. Think about it this way, your tires are like lungs. They need the right amount of air to breathe, flex, and grip properly. Even a few PSI off can make your bike feel like it's fighting you, wobbling in corners or drifting wide when you least expect it. And the worst part, you might not even notice until it's too late. That weird cornering feel, the rear sliding just a bit more than usual. Yeah, that's your tires crying for attention. It takes less than a minute to check. Keep a small digital gauge in your bag or garage. Do it before every long ride, or at least once a week. Trust me, your handling, braking, and safety will thank you for it. Your tires are your first and last line of defense. Respect them, and they'll grip like glue. Neglect them, and one day they'll remind you the hard way that air is what's keeping you alive. Number 3, riding angry or distracted. Here's one that doesn't get enough attention. Your mental state is just as important as your throttle control. If you're angry, stressed, or distracted, you shouldn't be on the bike. Period. We all tell ourselves, I'll just go for a ride to cool off. But what really happens? Every emotion turns into throttle. Every frustration translates into a late brake or a risky overtake. It's not just dangerous, it's predictably dangerous. When you're riding emotional, your focus shrinks. You stop scanning the road. You stop predicting traffic. You're not riding the bike. You're reacting to the world in real time, one bad decision away from regret. And distraction? Same story. Glancing at your phone, fumbling with your helmet cam, zoning out to a song, it only takes 2 seconds. At 60 miles per hour, that's 176 feet of blind faith. Motorcycles reward clarity. The best rides happen when your mind is quiet, when the noise of life fades into the hum of the engine. That's why riding can feel like therapy, but it only works if you start from calm, not chaos. So if your head's spinning, park the bike, walk, breathe, reset. Because once you swing that leg over, you owe it to yourself and everyone around you to be present. Ride to feel free, not to fight something inside. 4. Using only one brake. Let's talk about braking, because most riders mess this up without realizing it. You've got two brakes for a reason, and they're designed to work together. Grab too much front brake and you dive the suspension, risking a lockup or slide. Slam too much rear and you'll skid, fishtail, or worse, stall mid panic. The key is balance. Smooth, progressive pressure front and rear. Here's a simple breakdown. Your front brake does about 70–80% of the stopping power because of weight transfer. But the rear brake stabilizes the bike and helps keep it planted. If you only use one, you're losing control and efficiency right when you need both most. Practice this. Find an empty parking lot and rehearse balanced stops. Gradually squeeze the front while adding gentle pressure to the rear. Feel the suspension compress evenly. The goal is to stop quick and straight, not to look dramatic with a rear wheel skid. And remember, braking isn't just about emergencies. It's part of your corner setup, your traffic rhythm, your flow. Smooth braking sets up smooth cornering, and smooth cornering saves lives. Once you master both brakes together, you'll feel like you've unlocked a hidden superpower. Your confidence skyrockets, your reaction time sharpens, and the bike feels like an extension of your own body. That's when you stop surviving rides and start mastering them. Number 5, riding without gear. Because it's just a quick ride. You've said it before. I've said it before. It's just a quick ride. The words that have sent more riders to the ER than almost anything else. Because the truth is, the pavement doesn't care where you are going. It treats everyone the same. Every rider eventually learns this lesson, either by watching someone go down or by feeling the asphalt up close. You slide at 40 miles per hour and you'll lose skin faster than you can blink. Even a low-speed tumble in your driveway can mean a busted knee or a shattered wrist. And it's always when you least expect it. Here's the irony. Throwing on your gear takes less time than checking your messages before you leave. Jacket, gloves, boots, helmet. That's it. 2 minutes. Yet people skip it because it's too hot or too short of a trip. But gear isn't about comfort. It's about respect for yourself, your machine, and the risk you're taking every time you hit that starter. It's not about looking cool, it's about coming home in one piece. And these days, there's no excuse. Modern riding gear breathes, flexes, protects, and looks good doing it. You can wear full protection and still feel like you're just in casual clothes. So yeah, maybe it is just a quick ride, but every crash starts as one. Suit up anyway. You're not overreacting, you're being smart. Because the only thing worse than crashing is knowing you could have walked away if you'd just taken 30 seconds to zip up that jacket. Number 6, following too close. This one drives me crazy because I see it all the time. Riders glued to the back bumper of a car like they're drafting for a MotoGP lap. It's not brave, it's blind. When you tailgate, you're giving up the only advantage you truly have as a rider: space. That gap in front of you isn't just empty road, it's your reaction time, your escape route, your safety net. Lose it, and you've got nothing. Think about it. Cars can stop way faster than you can. You hit your brakes hard and you're still balancing, managing weight transfer, avoiding a rear skid. They just slam their pedal and stop dead. If they jam the brakes because of a dog, pothole, or sudden turn, and you're 2 feet behind them, it's game over. The rule is simple: 3 seconds. Count it. Pick a fixed point like a road sign. When the car in front passes it, count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3. If you reach it before 3, you're too close. And here's the bonus. Spacing out doesn't just make you safer, it makes you smoother. You can anticipate traffic instead of reacting to it. You'll brake less, flow more, and your ride will feel calmer and more in control. If you want to ride fast, that's fine. Do it smart. Leave space, read the road, and never assume the car in front knows you exist. Because in traffic, they usually don't. Remember, your safety bubble is invisible, but it's real. Protect it like your life depends on it, because it does. Forgetting to cancel your turn signal. This one sounds small, almost laughable, until you realize how deadly it can be. You finish a turn, merge into traffic, and forget to cancel your blinker. No big deal, right? Wrong. That little flashing arrow is a loaded weapon in disguise. It tells every driver around you a lie that you're about to turn. And when one of them believes it, bad things happen fast. I'll never forget my buddy Ryan's accident. We were cruising through town, just a lazy summer ride. He'd made a left turn earlier and forgot to cancel his signal. A car from the next lane saw that blinking light and assumed he was turning again, pulled right in front of him. Ryan grabbed a handful of front brake, the bike fishtailed, and he went down hard. 3 cracked ribs and a busted clutch lever, all because of one blinking light. So, what's the fix? Habit. Build it into your muscle memory. Every time you finish a turn, quick thumb check, click that signal off, even if you think you already did. Make it automatic, like breathing or looking through a corner. Some modern bikes have self-canceling signals, but never rely on them. It's your responsibility, not the bike's. And trust me, once you start doing it consistently, it becomes second nature. A tiny movement that can literally save your life. Number 8, lugging the engine. You've probably done this without realizing it. Riding in too high a gear, trying to save fuel or ride smooth while your bike sounds like it's gasping for air. That's lugging. And it's one of the easiest ways to wreck your engine over time. When you lug, you're forcing the engine to work harder than it should at low RPMs. Instead of spinning freely and staying in its happy zone, it's fighting resistance, like trying to sprint in sand. You'll feel it as vibration, a chugging sound, that buh under strain. It's mechanical pain, and your bike's begging you to downshift. Now, here's the twist. Some new riders think low RPMs mean smoother riding. But motorcycles aren't cars. These engines are built to rev. They want to spin. Most bikes run best in the mid-range, where power, smoothness, and throttle response meet. When you keep it there, everything feels alive. You've got instant pull for overtakes, the motor sounds healthy, and you're not stressing your gearbox or clutch. So pay attention to the sound and feel of your bike. Learn its language. If it's shuddering or growling, drop a gear. You're not hurting it, you're helping it breathe. A happy engine is a responsive engine, and a responsive engine makes a confident rider. So stop babying it. Let it sing the way it was built to. Number 9, trying to keep up with faster riders. We've all done it. You're out riding with a group, everyone's feeling good, and suddenly someone in front starts pushing a little harder through the corners. You see them leaning deep, hitting perfect lines, and something inside you whispers, "You can keep up." That whisper is your ego, and it's trying to kill you. The moment you start riding for someone else's pace instead of your own, you stop being a rider and start being a follower. You stop thinking about your entry speed, your lane position, your braking points, and start thinking about not getting left behind. That's when things go wrong. The truth is, you have no idea what the other rider's experience level is, what tires they're running, mine is, or even if they know that road better than you. Chasing them isn't confidence, it's blind faith. And on a motorcycle, blind faith gets punished. Here's the mindset shift. Ride your ride. If someone's faster, let them go. If you're faster, fine. Pull over and wait. The road doesn't care who wins. The goal isn't to be the first one there. It's to be the one who still loves riding a decade from now. And ironically, once you stop chasing, you'll start improving faster. Because now you're riding mindfully. You're learning your limits, your feedback, your rhythm. That's how real skill builds. Remember, there's no shame in being slower. Every pro was once a beginner who knew when to back off. Ride for yourself, not for your ego, because the best riders don't chase people, they chase mastery. Number 10, target fixation. This is one of those sneaky habits that doesn't just affect beginners. Even experienced riders fall for it. Target fixation is simple. You stare at something, and your bike goes straight to it. You see a pothole, you stare at it, and boom, you hit it dead center. You see the edge of the road or a guardrail and lock your eyes on it. Your brain panics, your arms freeze, and your line collapses. Every instinct says, don't hit that. But your focus says otherwise, and your bike obeys your eyes. Here's the truth: your motorcycle is an extension of your vision. It follows where you look, not where you want to look. So if your gaze is on the danger, that's exactly where you'll end up. The fix is mental discipline. You have to retrain your eyes. When you see a hazard, acknowledge it, then immediately look toward your escape path, the open lane, the corner exit, the space you want to go. Your hands, your body, your bike will follow naturally. Practice this every ride. In corners, look through the turn, not at the road right in front of you. On the street, don't stare at the car you're passing. Focus on the clear space beyond it. It sounds small, but mastering this is what separates calm, confident riders from nervous, twitchy ones. Because at the end of the day, your eyes write the story. Your bike just reads it. Number 11, neglecting chain maintenance. It's one of those boring chores that doesn't feel urgent until the day it is. The chain is literally what connects your throttle hand to your rear wheel. It's the lifeline between power and motion. And if that chain snaps, stretches, or seizes mid-ride, you're in for a bad day. A dry or rusty chain doesn't just look ugly, it messes with your throttle response, eats up your sprockets, and can even lock up your wheel if it binds. I've seen riders stranded miles from home because a neglected chain finally gave up. But here's the thing: chain maintenance is ridiculously easy. 5 minutes? Tops. A can of lube, a rag, and a quick check of tension. Do it every 500 to 700 miles, or after a wet or dirty ride. That's it. And if you're the kind who rides daily, make it part of your weekend ritual. A clean, well-lubed chain doesn't just extend life. It makes your ride smoother, quieter, and safer. You'll feel the difference instantly when you roll on the throttle. If your chain's sagging more than an inch or clattering under power, it's trying to tell you something. Don't ignore it, because a chain failure at 60 miles per hour doesn't just ruin your day. It could ruin your bike, or worse, your leg. So yeah, grab the lube. Get your hands dirty. The boring stuff keeps you alive. 12, thinking you're done. Learning this one's the quiet killer. The moment a rider says, "I've got it all figured out," that's the moment they start slipping backward. Because motorcycling isn't something you conquer, it's something you continually earn. Even the best riders in the world still practice fundamentals. They hit parking lots, they drill braking, they refine cornering. They're humble enough to know that skill fades without practice, and smart enough to know the road always has new lessons. Every crash story starts with overconfidence. Someone thinking, "I've ridden this road 100 times, I know it." Then something new happens: gravel, rain, a car, a mistake. And they realize they stopped paying attention. The truth is, staying sharp means staying curious. Watch other riders, take advanced courses, revisit your basics. Every time you learn something new, you make yourself just a little bit harder to kill. And here's the beautiful part: that mindset keeps riding fun. You stop measuring yourself against others and start enjoying the process again. Every smooth corner, every perfect downshift, every moment of flow becomes its own reward. Because the real mark of a skilled rider isn't perfection, it's humility. The road always wins in the end, but the smart ones learn how to dance with it. Stay hungry, stay humble, keep learning. That's how you ride for life. Every single thing on this list is simple, but the simple stuff is what saves lives. It's not about fear, it's about respect. Respect for the bike, for the road, and for yourself. If you take anything from this video, make it this: the best riders aren't the fastest or flashiest. They're the ones who stay alive to ride again tomorrow. I'm Matthew, this is Autozium, and if you learned something today, hit that like button, drop a comment, and share this with a friend who knows what they're doing. Ride smart, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.